Hey, it's Cody from Pleasureland. Here is the Sprinter. I should have opened up the compartments before. But anyway, first storage compartment. It's good size. Back in the day, they did come with the folding plastic table, and then they got a carrier up top there, which it is not strapped into. Looks like the button on the table is rusted a little bit. But good size storage compartment here. If this was mine, I would probably take those hinges off of there so you can open it up all the way. Front storage. Usually this is just a tray, so they got one battery in there, two batteries. So they got two batteries in there. It looks like they were just changed to 3 of 21. So two brand new batteries for the most part. Battery disconnect in here. Power cord. This is kind of like the catch-all compartment where I throw all my random junk at too. So then you have both your LP tanks on this side, other side of the storage compartment here. This one does open up all the way, which is nice. Then you got the inverter located up top there. That wiring is kind of not the greatest spot. I'd have the shop tack that up so it's not hanging like that. Water hookups, water heater, tank drains all on this side. This side of the camper is actually in good shape. It's nice and shiny still. I'm thinking this fifth wheel is probably sitting on a site for most of its life. Because usually what we see is one side is nice and shiny, nothing wrong with it, and the other side is faded. And the other side was the side that was sitting in the sun. Top of the ladder got whacked slightly, so it's just cracked off on the top there. I'm not sure what the plan was with that, if we were replacing it or what. But then this side of the camper, the decals are still pretty good. But hopefully you can see in the video, you can see the Phylon fiber starting to pop through. But it's not terrible. From a distance, it's still shiny. It's just once you get up close to it, you can see those. And then I was saying about the rust, these steps are pretty beat. And then the underside of it needs 4 new tires. I'd have to check on that too. I'm not sure if we planned on doing that or what. But then the underside is a little rusty back by the wheels. And then the back jacks back here, kind of flaking. Then this fender skirt here does have a crack in it too. 2 cracks. These things, half the time when we put them on brand new, a week later they crack just from the cheap plastic that they use. But the inside of this thing is in excellent condition. I had another customer on it too, and when we were going through it, we did notice that this tile here had been replaced. It is a vinyl one-piece floor, but if you get a spot in the floor that gets scratched or a hole in it or anything like that, what the shop does is they can actually cut out one section of the floor, and then they will replace the plank, so to speak. So you can tell though, because it is a little bit bubbly in that area where the plank is. But otherwise it's very, very difficult to notice that. But you do, you said you got a couple kids. The couch does fold out into a nice bed. I think it's just about a queen size bed, because I think it's a 60 by 80 couch. So that would fold out, and then you still have room to get to the kitchen area. You can get to the refrigerator and everything. So TV, fireplace. The fireplace does put out a good amount of heat. And then the refrigerator is 110-volt Samsung refrigerator, just like you'd have at home, which is why they have 2 batteries up front and the inverter, because those 2 batteries and the inverter will run this refrigerator when you're not plugged in, but it won't run it for days and days, so keep that in mind, but that's why they have that. Kitchen area, you do have a lot of storage underneath the L-shaped island. Couple drawers. This one is probably, not much. And you got these 2, all the remotes. And then you're gonna have your little pantry, which is nice. It is deep, but you only get half of it because they have the furnace and water heater underneath it. And then you got this wraparound storage here too, which is good space. A little bit of storage there. Storage drawer underneath the oven. It's usually a good pots and pans drawer. And you got more up top there. So decent amount of counter space. It is I believe it's a 1 or 2-piece sink. You can see some corrosion. It needs a clean, but so the inside's a lot nicer than the outside is. And if it wasn't for the rust underneath, the outside would be, 9.5 out of 10. Main controls right here when you walk in the door, thermostat, and the steps going up. This carpet's a little matted down, which happens over time, but it's clean. It's not stained or dirty. Nice big bathroom. Storage back there. And the master bedroom. Carpet's kind of the same in here. It's just matted down, but it's not stained, dirty. No smells or odors in this. Then you guys got the little bit of storage up front here. Little cubby there. Let me see. Yeah, you do have an outlet in there. And you do have an outlet on the side of the bed over here too. And then nice dresser. It's kind of narrow, but still good space. And a little bit of storage underneath the bed here too. But anyway, overall, nice rig. We still got to go through it. We'll do a safety and appliance check on this one. So we'll go through and just check all the safety systems, propane lines, and then the appliances. We'll check the major appliances, so refrigerator, furnace, water heater, air conditioner. Make sure those are all operating properly. It has been through the shop already and been winterized. So at that time they did check, make sure there's no water leaks. But they would need to run water through it again to check the water heater operation. Then they would re-winterize it again before you guys took it home. So that would get checked. We usually check the roofs too. If it needs a roof reseal, we'll do that also, just to make sure it's all good to go. One other thing too, I forgot when I was walking by here, these couches they're starting to get a little bit of wear on them. Like this one's got a little bit of a tear in the middle. And these cup holders are pretty gross. Well, they're just beat up, really. But these things you can get, we have them down at our surplus store, the theater seating. You can pick out some really nice ones. They're, $500 to $1,000, depending on how nice of ones you guys wanted to pick out. But minor things. Same with the couch. If you wanted to upgrade the couch to a little bit nicer one with a little bit more comfortable bed for the kids, you could do that too. But the options are there. All right, let me know if you got any other questions. Thank you. Have a great weekend.